actually switch over to the thing that we meant to talk about here. The Golden Girls in where were they?
In Lexington.
In Lexington, Kentucky. This was hard to watch. I think a lot of tired legs, in my opinion. But we're gonna let our guests go first. What are your thoughts on the game, the results?
I'm disappointed in the result, but I do think a lot of it had to do with just we seemed desynchronized, especially in the back line, as everybody. That's been a major focus for everybody because it felt like the defense just wasn't talking. They just weren't talking to each other, and I don't know if that was they weren't talking to each other. Riley wasn't talking to them because Riley may not have seen all the different things, but definitely just. I don't know. It could just be the long stretch of road games. It's hard to be on the road, 5 games in a row at this point, coming up here, Saturday, right?
Next weekend. They're actually off this week.
They're off this week. Okay. So they at least get they get a bye week to figure it out, but it's hard being on the road for that long. And I know that they've been coming back home and then flying back out, and that's hard. So maybe it's all the traveling,
I almost wonder if they had set up camp in Florida somewhere and just kind of stayed there for a couple of weeks. Would that have made a difference?
No, they did not, because Tampa Bay, which I know we were going to segue. So here's my segue into that for a brief second. We left early Friday morning at 8 a.m. The girls didn't leave until 7 because all airports in the DFW area had a comms, all the comms went down. So they grounded flights and they kept people from landing. So fun fact, Jim, the owner, who we got to meet on Thursday night at the first look, he came by, said hi to us, told us that his flight got canceled and he had to fly out day of.
Wow.
So
Jim Neal's a great dude. He's come by the tailgates every once in a while.
He's a nice guy. I love
the
him.
Neal family are all incredible people. They've got some amazing people there.
Just a slight correction, Crystal. I think he meant to say they should have, not that they did. They should have stayed down in Florida.
They should have set up.
Oh yeah, they should have. They did not. They should have camped out in Florida somewhere just for a few weeks, but they didn't. They flew back home. I think they flew back home for the first look, and then they flew back out.
Right. That's right. They had that big event, the first look for the Cotton Bowl. Forgot all about that.
They may have stayed in Florida for the first 2 games, and then flew back for the first look, and then came back after that, and then that could have. Yeah, I don't know, that could have done something, but
it's definitely a lot of air miles over the course of 4 weeks there. That is a lot of travel back and forth to Dallas, Florida, Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, what's the benefit of having 3 teams in Florida if you don't just have a base camp? We're just going to stay here. We're going to play these 3 teams, then we're going to fly to Kentucky of all places. So
fun fact about that: USL headquarters in Tampa Bay.
Right.
So.
I've seen
down the road.
I've seen that building. It's not that great. That's why when they if you saw the renderings for the Tampa Bay Sun Stadium, the large building right next to it is the brand new headquarters, because they're we're
the high school. That's a high school.
No. So they have a rendering for a new stadium they're trying to build, but they're incorporating the USL headquarters into that new building.
Gotcha.
They're trying to be taken seriously. Yeah, they want to move up, and we're going to talk about that private equity stuff coming up later as an overarching thing. But we can just talk about the game right quick. So
6-1 is brutal. No matter what way you cut this is brutal.
We had two ladies that had hat trick opportunities, and let's just shout out the good Sealy Strong, really good goal.
Beautiful.
Well, let's pause right there, because before we talk about that goal, you have to talk about that pass in from Amber Wisner. That was
my gosh,
incredible from midfield, from the center circle to the back end of the 18-yard box. I mean,
that's one of her biggest things is she's really good about placing that ball from the back line or from the midfield. But that just comes from being a defender. That's what her position really is. But she's been having to move to the midfield, and I wonder if that's been hurting us not having her in her home position of defense.
Interesting.
So I like her in the midfield, but
yeah, I heard you talk about this with Jesse on the Pegasus post game. Shout out Jesse, we love him.
Yes,
and we've we've got to do a post game pod one of these days as well. That setup is pretty cool. I love the live and community feel. But yeah, that's it's interesting that you say that. And I know she played defense a lot more, and as a defensive midfielder, I noticed she's gotten back a little bit more. But yeah, this back line is needs some help. If you were making a move, what would you do?
Ooh, so with Goodry out, probably would push Hannah Davison over, pull Amber Wisner back, and then I don't know who I would put in that defensive mid position, but I would also just in general change it to a 4-4-2 because I'm partial to that formation. So maybe sit with Gracie Bryan in the midfield or in the middle. Then you've got Chi on one side. Was she's typically left wing?
Yeah, Joe usually plays left side.
And then
either Bolt
you can
or,
put. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying you've got Chioma usually plays left side, and Tamara or Celia have been playing the right.
Yes.
Right wing, right midfield.
I was gonna say, keep her right wing, keep Gracie mid. I'm playing with who else I would want to put in that midfield position because I would like to put Cam there, but Cam's been a little iffy lately. I think she played really well when she came in on the Lexington. She brought some good energy, some fresh legs. That's kind of who I would like to put there, but I'm not entirely sure because I also would like Sealy up forward with Allie to kind of give her a little bit of support, give a little bit more attacking power in that sense. But I do think we lack a lot of midfielders. Maybe even put the 15-year-old,
Yeah, let's get
Rhea Moore in.
Yeah, Rhea's had a great season so far.
Yeah.
Every appearance that she's had, she's made an impact on the field. Obviously, with the goal in her debut, but her second appearance, she was out there moving the ball pretty well too. You mentioned the midfield. We cannot talk enough about Debbie Oden's departure, right? Like that was a giant hole in this midfield that was left by Deb getting recalled by Washington.
It hurts. And she's doing so great with
incredible
with Washington. Oh my gosh. She's gotten a lot scrappier since she got there. I watched a few games, watched her and Sam Meza go head to head. Oh my gosh. Watching that was very interesting because they're both really good on the midfield, but Deb has a lot more control, whereas Sam is more of a quick get in, get out kind of player. So it's interesting to watch those two go head to head.
Yeah, Mez is a lot of fun to watch. She scored the first ever Dallas Trinity goal, right?
I don't know. I wasn't following them at that point. I caught her at the tail end of her 1.5 season with us.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I do believe she may have, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. Please jump in the comments and tell me how wrong I am and how incorrect I am. We need the engagement. I'm just going to start saying wrong things to gain engagement here.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it. People love to correct, Oh, you were wrong about actually. There we go. That's what it is.
Actually.
So let me hit the stats right quick. We can talk about it. So these stat lines do not say to me 6-1. So shots, 23 them, 9 us, 8 on target for Lexington, 4 on target for us. The possession stats is where it blows my mind. It's basically 50-50, 51-49 in a 6-1 game. It's crazy. Passing, 380 them, 380 us. Passing accuracy, 80% them, 80% us. So it's like none of this screams to me that we were dominated in the game. And somehow the scoreline will dictate that, oh, look at that. That's a proper ass whooping. So,
I'd be interested to see the numbers of possession in the opposing half, though, because we were getting pressed really hard and really high, and they just disrupted every pass. They were pass disruption, defense disruption, and dare I say, shambolic on the back line.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Sure. Go ahead.
No, for sure. That's what they call it on ESPN FC, Shackastrophic. Like some of the really bad. It was some really bad runs, attempts to step for the ball and missing them completely. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching this after 4, and then when I looked up the score later, I'm like 6. I'm like, that's not great. That's not great at all. So
I'm going to treat it like the Cowboys. I'll watch it till the bitter end. Now, I'm not going to destroy my TVs because I ain't got Cowboys fan money where you destroy a TV and then next season, big old flat screen TV again.
No, for sure.
But go ahead.
No, quick question. Can we talk about this red card? What
oh my gosh. 2 yellows. So why would you not sub out one of your yellow card players? You had Kylie. You had Kylie. I can't remember her last name to save my life right now.
Delaney.
Yeah, you had Kylie Delaney. Stick her in. She actually, I would prefer her over Goodry because one of my big critiques of Goodry is she doesn't look behind her. If she's got someone who's going to just get her up on the back door and then make their way in, no, I need her to turn, or I need Riley to drill into her, like, Smart, Goodry, whatever she calls her on the field. Look behind you. I just turn your head. See the runner. It drives me insane. As a goalie, it drives me insane.
No, I mean, I agree with you. We had Reggie Cannon here the first couple of years at FC Dallas. He had the exact same problem. He had no idea what was behind him or over his shoulder. It was the most inferior. Now, granted, he got better and got to a level where we sold him, but that was one of the more infuriating things where it's like, do you not see oh boy running? Shaq Moore actually runs into that issue too, and he's a professional. And it's just like, how do you miss that run?
How are you not expecting it?
Yeah, it's maybe she's converted. I don't know what she played in college. That's usually the issue when you convert from a different position, is that you're not used to where you're supposed to be looking or paying attention. But like I said,
keep in mind this formation is a little bit different than your traditional 4 at the back, right? It's really a 3 at the back, right? They start with 4 at the back, but Sierra Hinson moves up into the midfield and the advanced midfield often and plays that almost like an inverted winger. So you've really got 3 at the back. So you need your you need your right back or your right wing back, whatever you want to call it. You need them to play in more of a wide back position, which she might not be suited for, or it might just be the combination of players you've got back there right now. Maybe it's you've got to move some positions around, and because I think Samar started. Don't quote me on this, but I think Samar started inside earlier in the season.
I'm trying to think. So I saw her because we first noticed her and noticed this little issue. I think she's always been right wing.
Okay.
Right wing or right wing back, just because it's an issue that we've continuously seen with her ever since the one scrimmage we got to go to against SMU. Just every time they keep getting her every time, and she's starting to look around more. Don't get me wrong, she's starting to look around more, but I wonder if in college she played more of a center back or a sweeper kind of position, and that's why she's not necessarily looking behind her, which if that's the case, switch her with Hannah. Hannah's always looking around, making sure that no one's behind her. And that to me, like, that's at this point, super, super valuable, especially with Goodry out, move. And I thought about it with Sierra, because I like Sierra in the midfield. So what you can do, switch Hannah and Sierra, push Hannah out to right wing, put Kylie in on the left, make Amber more of your center back or a sweeper if you want. And who else? Who else did I had in there? I had my formation and then I lost it. Hannah. Shit. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
you said Kylie Delaney before. You brought her up earlier too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is why we're such the world's greatest pod. No notes. Right off.
I came from work. No notes.
All good. I'm actually at work right now. It's fine.
I'm going to clock into 3:30. So yeah, we make it work. But yeah, so here are the other results of the Gainsbridge Super League. The Ascent playing 2 games in 1 week, Wednesday, Sunday. 2 losses for them. Mm-hmm. Jacksonville is working their way into their season, and Brooklyn still sucks. I don't know what's going on with them.
Coach, their head coach, he started 2 weeks before their very first game.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that explains
Yep. And
it.
then their assistant coach got a red card in our game. So she was out. She had to have been out for the next game after that. So I mean, I think it's their coaching staff.
That's right. That was the first double yellow red of the league, was actually to Brooklyn's assistant coach.
Yep.
Yeah. League history.
Honestly,
folks.
But that being said, the one thing I want to say, I mean, obviously we're Trinity fans here. I want to shout out to Lexington. They reloaded the season after a terrible season last year. They got a couple of loanees from NWSL, and they went out to college.
Coaches last year, didn't they?
No, I think it's just the two. And yeah, they whatever changes they made is working.
It's working.
So, and it's a young league. You're going to be seeing a lot of these teams a lot. There's only 9 teams, so you're going to play everyone at least 3 times. So that's when coaching gets into it. Like, hey, we saw what happened last game. Let's not make that mistake again.
Yeah.
As we move forward. But these are the results of this past weekend. Then we have the standings. Even with the loss, Dallas is still 10 points. So 1 under Fort Lauderdale and Lexington. There we go. Right, 3rd place.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Sun doing their best LA Galaxy impersonation of winning the league and then being absolutely terrible.
Oh my gosh. Hannah was telling us a little bit about because we got to meet her while we were in Tampa, like officially meet her and talk to her and stuff. And she was telling us that well, I can't go into it, but basically Tampa.
Breaking news live on this podcast for everyone here. Come on.
I know, right?
No,
I wish I could. I want to talk about it so bad, but I'm like, I can't talk about it. Just know that there is definitely a little bit of drama between us and Tampa is 100% clinging on to that championship title.
I mean, as you're supposed to. Like the Galaxy.
We saw their merch in the airport. That's how big that they're kind of getting in Tampa. And we were telling everybody about their team in Tampa while we were there. But it was really nice to see it in the airport. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait to see the Trinity stuff in the airport at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually once we get Atletico in the building, I think all these teams need to get their marketing budget together and just advertise soccer. Right, Soccer City, whatever you need to call it, because you're not really competing with each other. So at a certain point, let's make it work.
I think your Atletico merch next to your Trinity merch on the shelf is going to look really good. You're going to have your light blue and your deep maroon. It's going to look really nice there.
Well, what was that, Dennis? What was that? Are you just juggling them right there?
I'm juggling right there. Juggling the merch. Let's go.
So shout out to the Golden Girls of the Cotton Bowl. Actually, I wonder if the Cotton Bowl will allow them to put signage in the building. So like when you walk in, you'll be able to see their logos, or is that something they're not going to allow? Because that would also help a lot to make it feel like it's home, is that when you walk in, there's some kind of indication that this is the home field of et cetera, et cetera.
Well, they've done a lot with the on the field stuff this year. They've got banners up, and obviously it's all temporary and it goes down after the game.
Yeah.
They've got all those big temporary banners up around the stadium, and sort of the logos are starting to show up. So you're starting to see a little bit more of it. We'll see what happens when we finally switch sides over to the other side of the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, just want to shout out to the ladies are off this weekend, and then they are back going to Washington, another long flight. Hopefully the ladies get to keep their points, because they got to be worth it some way. They're going to be playing.
I did notice. I think they were last year. I think they were flying Southwest, and I think they're flying American this year. Is that what?
Yes, they're flying. They're flying American.
So a little bit of an upgrade there,
which is nice.
I mean, is it Southwest? They fly. I don't know. Is that an upgrade? Anyways, we will discuss this later in the pod. At USL needs to do better with sponsorships. An airline sponsor would be my number one call for next season. I don't care which airline. It could be Breeze. It could be, not Spirit, because they're going out of Allegiant. It could be Spirit, but they're going out of business. But you know what I mean?
Like, Spirit's now Spirit Halloween Airlines. Like,
yeah.
I saw that once. I saw that on a meme once.
Yeah, but at a certain point, they got to figure out a way to lower the travel costs. Because like if I'm Spokane, right? We know in a couple of years
their travel schedule's got to be insane. Like their travel budget has to be absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, we know they're getting Boise in the Super League in 7, quote unquote, unless anything changes. But they have no other plans for Western Conference teams, so they got to make it work for sure. But yeah, the ladies will be flying to Spokane, and then the week after on the 18th, you can join us all there for whatever food items we talked about earlier and soccer. So, all right.